Warren Buffett boarded his private plane and he told his pilot, "The fact that you're still working for me shows that I'm not doing my job right." He told his pilot to write down a list of 25 goals that he had. After the pilot wrote the 25 goals, he then told the pilot to circle 5 of his most important goals. After those 5 goals were circled, he then said to cross out the other 20 goals. Buffett wanted his pilot to make those 5 most important goals a priority because focusing on those other 20 goals would just drain him of his energy and they wouldn't be able to get anything actually done. This story has been popularized and it's called the 5-25 rule, or the 25-5 rule, however you want to say it. And actually it didn't really happen. Warren Buffett said in 2013 that he's never made a list in his life. But regardless of the reality of the story, this 5-25 rule has allowed me to do amazing things in my life. Like I've said multiple times, I'm super entrepreneurial and I always have 1,000 things on my mind at once. But if I can focus down to just 5 things to prioritize, then I'll be able to get those 1,000 things done realistically in my whole lifetime. Now, what I need you guys to do right now is write down your goals. In the time I was telling the story, you probably already thought of a few, but 25? How can you write that many? Here is how I approached Warren Buffett's 5-25 rule. Here is how I set goals. Now, if you've ever searched up how to goal set or you just learned about it in high school, we've probably heard this acronym thrown around a lot, and it's called SMART goals. If you haven't heard of it before, it stands for goals that are specific, measurable, assignable, relevant, and time-based. In theory, this is actually a great model, but I've never whipped out an acronym in my life when setting goals. I remember a goal that I set for myself when I was 14, and it followed, most of the SMART guidelines. I want to be a millionaire by 21 and own 2 rental properties. It was specific, not very measurable. It was assignable. It wasn't very relevant, but it was time-based. The only problem I have with it is it was kind of a stupid goal. Looking back at it now, if I'm being honest, I hate putting time limits on my macro goals. You might be thinking, what's a macro goal? For example, a macro goal that I have is that I want to own a gym in every single state in America. I'm not going to say by 21 years old or by 40 years old, because honestly, when the time comes, I don't want to be depressed if I haven't achieved that goal. I'm going to own a gym in every single state, I just don't know when. And I'm fine with that because I'm already happy with my life. But on the other hand, I also have micro goals. Maybe in order to get my gym, I'm going to have to start putting out content daily for Makhai. If you don't know, Makhai is my fitness brand and it's the brand that I'm going to use for the gyms. So pretty much I set a micro goal for myself that I want to have daily uploads across all of the Makhai social medias. And if you're wondering how I measure daily uploads, basically it takes 21 days to make a habit. So if I upload consistently for 21 days, then I will mark that goal as accomplished. It's easier to break down micro goals as opposed to macro, obviously. So if you have a huge macro goal like become a millionaire or own 20 rental properties, don't put a time limit on it. Instead, make a bunch of micro goals in order to get you to your final macro goal. In my personal 5-25 sheet, I have a few macro goals like owning a bunch of gyms, owning a Call of Duty team, but the rest of those goals, they're all micro goals and they're all micro steps to achieving those macro goals. The micro goals are the goals that I can accomplish within the next few years. Those goals I can go super specific into because they're relevant to my today life. Owning a rental property wasn't very relevant considering I knew very little about the subject. Posting daily to my fitness brand is relevant because it's something I can do right now and I have complete control over. So my advice to you for finding your 25 goals is to write out all the macro goals you have in life and maybe some other ones, and then have the rest of the goals be micro goals or micro steps in order to achieving those macro goals. Keep writing until you get 25, and also it's okay to have materialistic items on that goal sheet. Just make sure it doesn't take up, more than half of your goals. If you live your life for materialistic items, you're not going to be any happier than you are right now. Go ahead, write that you want a Model X, write that you want a mansion, just make sure you have other goals to keep you focused. It's okay to spend your money on materialistic items as long as you're not complaining about not having enough money. I feel like what I'm about to say though is probably the most important thing to come out of this video. Your main priority should be happiness. Please don't live your life thinking that a huge macro goal will make you happy. Trust me, owning a bunch of gyms or getting a Call of Duty team won't finally make me happy. The whole process I'm going to be smiling cheek to cheek because I love hustling. If you're not happy in the process of chasing your macro goals, then you're going to live your whole life for something that's not even guaranteed. Who knows? Life is crazy. You could get hit by a car on a Thursday morning at the age of 36. If you lived your whole life thinking that you were going to be happy in your 60s, you're going to be rolling in your grave. If you're not already happy with your life, then prioritize things that make you happy. Finding a significant other, finding your life purpose, eating better, working out more, whatever will make you happy. Go write down 25 goals, make 5 of those a priority, and never look back. Hopefully you guys enjoyed this video. If you want to see what most of my 525 goal sheet looks like, check out this video I did a week ago right here. Anyway, thank you for sticking to the end. My name is Austyn. Please subscribe right down here. I'm out. Hope you guys have an amazing day. Later.